Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland and Vancouver area. Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington. Had somebody stumble on from Portland, Maine by mistake the other day. I hope you're enjoying this afternoon. We're on track to be up to about 80 degrees. If you haven't seen the reports from yesterday, Monday's rain, yeah, we got some. PDX had a high of only 71, coolest day in July so far. Rain amount 0.07, the most in a calendar day. And I think the most in a 24-hour period altogether since June 15th, certainly the most in a calendar day since June 15th. The most was just over half of an inch in Astoria and just under half of an inch up in Kelso Longview. Otherwise, the Willamette Valley and Clark County was generally somewhere between between 5/100ths and a tenth of an inch of rain. It wasn't a lot, but boy, did we get some benefit, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. Right now, our next big story, we've been talking about this, is valley temps may reach, just like that, 101 degrees, as high as 101 in spots between Vancouver, Portland, and Salem coming up primarily on Thursday. But Friday is still well up into the 90s. So this is my updated Portland 7-day forecast. 81 today, 86 tomorrow, 99 on Thursday, thinking we could hit 100. Could be as hot as 101. 96 on Friday, and then cooling off somewhat on Saturday into Sunday. There's actually a PM cascade thunderstorm threat Saturday afternoon and night, and a similar threat that might trigger something in the valley late Sunday into Sunday night. And then I'm hoping at least back down into the 80s and holding for several days starting Monday of next week. But here we go again with a little spurt of hot weather and maybe prolonged weather near 90 degrees. And obviously, if you make it to 100, then I consider that to be extreme heat. More on that coming up. The Momentous Wealth podcast. I hope you've checked these out. It's a library of investing topics that you can listen to educate yourself. Listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify from the Momentous Wealth podcast. Momentous Wealth Management, that's a mouthful. Momentous Wealth Management is the investment firm I use, and they're located in Vancouver, licensed in both Washington and Oregon. Okay, more on that coming up, and more on that right there coming up in just a second as well. But right now, I want to jump to some good news. So there was also rain in Central Oregon. There was also rain out east yesterday. Not soaking rains, but enough to help the crews battling the firefights to continue to build some additional containment. The reports were mostly positive from the Northwest Fire Interagency this morning. And this, courtesy of KGW TV, their Futurecast smoke model, which I've been showing this a lot, and really east of the Cascades for the past couple of weeks. Most days I've seen this state of Oregon from the Cascades eastward all colored in. But yet today, there's basically nothing colored in until you get near Burns. So here's a wildfire smoke plume in red and orange and yellow near Burns, and then moving off to the east. This is literally the only spot that this weather model is projecting to have thick overcast smoke. It's just a little sliver near Burns in northern Harney County and over into Malheur County. Tremendously improved sky conditions and air quality over Crater Lake, over Bend, over Pendleton, over the Blues, and really everywhere except what I just pointed out. So I'll tell you what, that just shows you that a little dab of rain will do you when it comes to improving air quality and helping our men and women battling what is now over 50 named wildfire storms, over 50 large fires, I'm trying to say, burning across Oregon and Washington. Now, most of those are in Oregon, but wow, nice to see some relief. Okay, let's get to tracking this hot weather coming in, how quickly it's going to come in. So let's go to the American GFS model. Again, it's the American GFS model that's done the best job with these heat domes this summer season. So here we are this afternoon. See the 594 enclosed contour? That's the upper level high, the center of what you could call a heat dome over Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Here is the rainmaker from yesterday, the cool trough of low pressure over Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. So that's moving off. We're mainly dry out there now. We're seeing increasing sun as we roll through the afternoon, still breaking out the low-level cloud deck that came in with the rain that we had yesterday. Now, I'm just going to cycle this through. So there may be some early clouds tomorrow, but basically Wednesday's the day that we get back to blue skies and we warm back up into the mid to upper 80s. Looks like low 80s today. So here's tomorrow afternoon. And what I really want to show you is Thursday, when we all of a sudden not only pop into the 90s, but could get close to 100 degrees. This is Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. No, remember this upper level high was down here over Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma. But fast forward 3 days to Thursday, or 2 days to Thursday, pardon me. Now we've got the broadening of this upper level high shifting west and migrating a bit to the north. So the high is basically broadened out from Texas all the way to Nevada and Idaho, and starting to nudge the hottest weather into parts of eastern Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and close enough to the Cascades and western Oregon that we will feed off of this hot air mass. The wind flow on Thursday looks to be light and variable to the east aloft. That will provide an extra 5 degrees heating potentially for what this air mass would support. And if you do the calculations that we do as meteorologists, you come up with a potential temperature in Portland as high as 101. The National Blended Weather Model for Portland is going 99. So the weather model is right there with what my calculations are. 99, 100, 101. Wow, really hot stuff. Now, how long is this going to stay with us? It looks like Thursday is the hottest day. Let me play this in a Friday. Now, Friday, notice if you're just looking at the upper level map, you're like, well, it's just going to be as hot. There's the big high, Utah, Nevada, Idaho, eastern Oregon, even farther north, farther to the west. Now, modeling gives us a bit more of a northwesterly flow on the backside of this high on Friday. So the modeling goes 99 on Thursday in Portland, and then thanks to more of a westerly flow, drops us to 94, down 5 degrees on Friday. So we'll see. But if the winds are light enough, the westerly flow won't have much of an impact. And the upper level map would support that Friday could be right back up there to the upper 90s at least. So that's 2 really hot days. Let's keep playing this forward. Let's go in now. Saturday, look what happens. Hip, hip, hooray. Yeah. Notice how the upper level high starts to move back to the east. Now we're back over New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming. And models do respond with temperatures expected to be closer down to about 90 degrees. Now notice this weak trough offshore. Some of the modeling shoots little disturbances up into the Cascades late Saturday that could trigger a thunderstorm. I think mainly near the Cascades over into central Oregon. But then you get into Sunday, kind of a weak trough, but some of the modeling now gives a better chance of a late day or Sunday evening overnight storm popping here in the valley, again over the Cascades. So we'll see. It's not unusual that you get thunderstorms on the back. Here's that heat dome. It's big ridge of high pressure. It's not unusual that you get thunderstorm activity popping on the backside and around the northern periphery of these upper level highs this time of the year. So those things, you can see the chance days ahead, but really when it gets right down to it, it becomes a day-to-day or 24-hour call as to whether or not the chance is realistic, but something that we're watching. And then let's see here on my forecast. On Monday, I drop us down to 88. So let's see why. Let's see if we can see why. Here's Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. Upper level high still, now it's broadened out again. Missouri back into Nevada. A little bit of a feed of a westerly flow here that might hold us below 90. But overall, this is still a really warm to hot pattern. Is there anything noticeably cooling down? Good grief. Well, here we are, Saturday, August 10th. So it's a weak trough, but it's something. I wrote in my notes that there was at least a chance, when you look at moisture fields and some other models, there's at least a chance of rain again coming in on Monday, August 12th, Tuesday the 13th, Wednesday the 14th, and Thursday the 15th of August. So any rain in July is great. Any rain in August is great. You don't always get it, right? So we'll keep watching that. Now, I want to go back to this map. So far, PDX has hit 90 or better 17 times. So if we do it Thursday, that would be 18, Friday would be 19, Saturday would be 20, Sunday would be day 21. Wow. 100-degree days we've done 3 times. And if we do it Thursday, that would be the 4th time. We've never had more than 5 100-degree days in any summer season. And Thursday, we're either going to just get to 4, we're going to stay at 3. Hottest day so far was that 104 day back in July 9th. Now, I pulled out my forecast sheets. I keep these for a reason, so I can go back and check the upper level indices that I used to forecast heat. I will tell you that so the day that we hit 104, the upper level heights was right about 590, feeding off of a 594 high center. What we call the thickness, which is a density measurement, 582, and the 850 temperatures supported at least 98 with the light wind field. +5 would be 103. We had 104 that day. So I will tell you that this Thursday's numbers are very similar. So quite frankly, I've got 99 on my 7-day, but you may see me up that to 100 or 101 when I rethink things tomorrow, because I think there's a lot of support for Portland to hit 100 degrees. So we'll see. We certainly don't want to, right? I think we're all in agreement. Here we are this afternoon. These would be the 130 numbers. Let's go down to Medford. 92 this afternoon, back up to 101 tomorrow, and there's the hotter days. 105 Thursday, 103 Friday, and then around 100 degrees all the way in the first part of next week. So some run of hot weather, unfortunately, for you folks down in Southern Oregon. What about Central Oregon? Here's Ben, 77 right now. By Wednesday, 91. By Thursday, 101. 100 on Friday. Those are the two hottest days. And then cooling, 94 Saturday, but still hot. 97 Sunday, 97 on Monday. Okay, all right. What about, we've been watching Baker City, right? That's where the largest Durkee fire is burning in Baker County. This afternoon, 80, 90 on Wednesday, tomorrow, 98 Thursday, and then 104 on Friday, 100 on Saturday. So that obviously is going to make the firefight that much more difficult again, as these fires will have a better tendency to wanting to spread with the hot weather kicking up in the coming days. So not good news there. What about up in Seattle? 73 today, 80 tomorrow, 91 on Friday. That's hot for Seattle. And then staying mid to upper 80s into the first part of next week. And I'm interested to see what the coast shows. Yeah. So remember I said Thursday that one reason we could hit 100 or better is that the wind flow goes light to variable to east. So if that's the case, there won't be much of any cooling even along the coast from Pacific waters. So I like that this shows 80 on Thursday, and maybe it's even going to be more like 85 along some of the beaches on Thursday. But that is a sunny, warm summer day. 80 or better, I think, is a good call. And then perhaps just getting back into more of a westerly flow on Friday, and that's why the temperatures drop back down to 74. So that is probably pretty standard down along the north coast. Well, they're showing kind of a southwesterly flow there that keeps you folks in North Bend on Thursday at 66. We'll see if that holds true. One more shot, Eugene. What do you got? 99 Thursday, 95 Friday. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's what I started with, Portland 7-day forecast. 81 today, 86 or better tomorrow. The modeling goes 88 tomorrow. And I think it's 99 to 100 on Thursday, with the potential of Thursday being as hot, really, as that 104 day was that we had earlier this month. So we'll see. Friday, relying on more of a westerly wind, 96. If we don't get enough of a wind speed, we could be hotter than 96. And then we get into those thunderstorm chances over the Cascades late Saturday and over the Cascades and maybe in the Valley Sunday evening night, as I mentioned, at 88 on Monday. Okay. That is your update. We'll be tracking the heat and tracking that storm chance as we get closer to the weekend as well. For now, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for subscribing. My weather site is portlandweather.com, and I will talk to you soon.